My earliest experience of coming to the UCKG was when I came with my grandma. At the age of 8, I was coming to the CBC, but at home, I would be engaging into pornography. A family member introduced me to it. So I started getting addicted to it. And I thought it was weird, but I didn't really know what they were doing, so I kind of enjoyed it. It then stuck to me, so it was a thing where I couldn't stop, even though I wanted to, but I couldn't really stop. Any little thing, like whenever I was bored, I would start watching it. I felt as if watching pornography was wrong, but I still continued anyways because it pleased me. Growing up in my household, I lived with my father and my stepmother. At the time, I didn't really like it. I felt more isolated. I didn't feel like I was a part of the family. And this led me to not feel loved by them. So I felt like I needed to find love elsewhere. I went outside to find love. So I went outside to find guys. So I got myself involved with different boys to just fill that void within inside of me, to feel like I was loved by someone, at least. If it wasn't a family member, it was somebody. None of my relationships were actually serious. I wouldn't put a title to them because I didn't feel like any guy would respect me because of the family that I grew up in. Because I would experience seeing my uncles, my father, all these people around me having multiple females, having girlfriends, they're not really main, or they would think that they're main, they would be walking within our family and we would see every single one of them. And I didn't want to feel that way. I didn't want to be a side chick. I didn't want to be a side chick to nobody. So because of that, I felt like I had to be the one in control. I had to be the game player rather than them playing me. So because of that, I had multiple guys. There was a situation where I was even in a guy's house and another guy had called me, and I didn't want him to know that I had multiple guys. So I had to run downstairs to answer the phone and quickly tell the other guy that I was in college so that he could stop calling me. There was even a relationship where I was with one of the guys and he was a cousin to another guy. So I was with both of them, only one of them knew. It didn't really make me feel any type of way because I didn't really care. Because of the family that I grew up in, I felt so empty within inside. So every problem that I went through, I couldn't share it with nobody. And it led me to depression because I had so many problems within inside of myself. I had insecurities, I didn't like myself, I was suicidal, I was depressed. I had all these things within inside of me. Because I was depressed, so I tried to run in front of a car to get rid of my life. I wasn't exceeding. I didn't feel like there was anything left for me. All the things started to go wrong, like my work wasn't coming out the way it was. I started failing within my subject. I didn't know what to do anymore. I felt like there was no hope, there was no way for me. I used to go clubbing, I used to go parties. So drinking, I love to drink. I've never tried smoking, but I love to drink. So coming to the VYG, I was learning things. I was learning that through doing certain things, through giving up the worldly ways, I could actually have a relationship with God. So I was like, yes, I want a relationship with God. I want to change my life. But although at the same time, I didn't want to let go of certain things. So I didn't want to let go of my friendships. I didn't want to let go of my parties. I didn't want to let go of the things around me. When I was coming back to the church, it was when my grandma had died. Because my grandma had died, I was grieving by myself. Because she was on the side of my mother, and not my stepfamily, and I was living with my stepfamily. I was grieving by myself. So that only escalated the depression even more. So because of that, I literally had no hope for myself. I felt like I wasn't good enough for anything. Thoughts in my mind even came to become a prostitute. But at the same time, someone was talking to me in the church, so trying to bring me back. The fact that I was getting baptized, but I was still having friendship outside of the church made me go back. So my friends weren't inside of the church, my friends were outside of the church. So whenever I'll get baptized, it will be like a Sunday or whatever. But then when it goes back to Monday and I'm back in college, I'm back with those friends that are my negative influences. So I'll end up doing the same thing over and over again. When I came to the night vigil, I took part of the Lord's Supper, and I decided, God, I'm going to give you my all. I knew that there was a party on that same night, but then I was like to God, I'm not even gonna go to this party because I want to change my life. I want to give you my all. But somehow I ended up at that party on that night. And in that same party, a fight broke out, and there was knives, there was broken bottles, guys were trying to kill other guys, and I was like, God, please just save my life. If you save my life on this night, then I'm going to give you my life. After that night, it was literally just the week. I just needed that week. Throughout that week, I took everything seriously. I didn't care anymore. Like, I just took everything seriously. What the pastor was saying, what he told me to do, I obeyed. Everything, literally. The 21 days came up. I gave my all in this 21 days. The Jessica today is truly happy. Right now I am in uni, I am studying textiles, and I'm working at the same time. Something that I thought I would never be able to do because of the past failures that I was going through. If there is any youth that isn't really taking God seriously and is in and out of the church constantly, my advice for them is recap. Just stop and look at your life. Is that how you really want to be? Do whatever needs to be done. If you need to let go of that friendship, if you need to let go of that relationship, it doesn't matter. Just give your all.